And here we go. Welcome back, everybody. JJZ Starcraft. Thank you for joining me today. I do sincerely thank you. I've got a lot of comments in the last few days, and I really appreciate the feedback. Lots of love, and that's why I'm doing this, guys, is for the love of the game. So that does help me, keeps me going. Appreciate the likes, appreciate the subscribes. I'll be honest, a little bit surprised by how it's going. I wasn't sure if anyone was going to watch this, so if you're here on your Christmas break and you're taking the time to watch this with me, I do want to thank you. We're back with our deep dive into Artosis and his ladder escapades. He is in the top right corner on Knockout once again, a 4-player map in the brown color. In his opponent, in the bottom left, a blue Protoss. This Protoss player's main account name is Messiah. He has about 12 accounts under that name, or 12 aliases, all of which are A-rank Protoss, so he's in the 2000 to 2150 MMR area, and he has a ton of games, and so he's a legit A-rank Protoss player. So our second back-to-back Protoss game, I really liked how Artosis played the last one, and I'm looking forward to this one, guys, as we get our barracks up. I have my coffee in hand. I hope you have yours there as well. I've played games with my kids. I've got my workout in, and I am ready for some Brood War. Let's get this show going. We're going to see a gas here again by Artosis, and we'll see if he just goes factory expand again. He does seem to love that build against Protoss, and it's for good reason. It's a great build. We got a Nexus first cross spawn, so if you watch Artosis cast, you know that's his absolute favorite thing. The Nexus first cross spawn, he says it's basically impossible to play against if the Protoss knows what he's doing, and you know it's a great build. No way for Protoss to know that he is a cross spawn at this stage, but I wonder if these guys, given how many games Messiah has played, if they've played against each other. And to be honest with you, I could see ladder Protoss players going Nexus first strictly to troll Artosis because he hates it so much. So we have a second supply depot up, and we're going to get our factory down right at 230. Man, I'm impressed with his factory timings. He has really dialed that in. Like, he used to be a 235 factory guy when I watched some of his older videos, and now he really has dialed that build timing in. So we're going to see an end scout from Artosis, so he's going to get, not only is it Nexus first, but he's going to get the last possible scout. So end scout is when you make the shape of an N, basically, comes across to the bottom, then goes up to the other corner and back down. And we're going to see Messiah scout Artosis second, as he does a more traditional box scout. We have 2 quick gateways and a cybernetics core, so no 1 zealot being made, 2 zealots being made, sorry, and cybernetics core on the way. We have the Nexus finished, and Artosis has made 3 Marines yet again. This is basically the exact same build that we saw last game, yesterday, if you tuned in. And the command center up right around the same time. A little bit later, I think, this game. I think he was closer to 3:30 on the last one. I may be mistaken. 2 supply depots. Artosis does sneak his SCV in here. And he's going to get a good scout. He's going to know it's Nexus first. He's going to be slightly annoyed, which is when I would say Artosis is at his best. He's going to steal some minerals here. I like that move. Why not? 1 vulture out as it goes across the map, sees the 2 zealots coming, and this is going to go, should go well. Oh, he gets a couple hits in there. Let's see if Artosis can micro this. There we go. That's much better as those zealots start to take some damage. Just shield damage for now, but Artosis, once he's on top of this micro, he should be able to get one of these guys, I would imagine. Maybe both. We do have a Dragoon coming up. He gets 1 zealot, so that's a good exchange there. Mines are on the way, but they're only not even halfway done yet, so he's going to have to back this vulture out away from the Dragoon. SCV just getting killed there, but he does see the timing, and he sees, I think he probably saw range has started, and we'll see where Messiah decides to go with this Nexus first build and how he decides to tech up. If you've watched Artosis cast, which I'm sure you have, if you're here, you're probably watching him. a decent amount as well, and you will know that lately there has been a ton of Arbiter builds from Protoss against Terran. So we've seen a lot of Arbiters, just quick ones, sometimes even skipping High Templars until much later in the game, just because you need that gas, I think, when you're going quick Arbiters. So we're going to see a Robo, and I imagine we'll just go Robo Observatory. 4 Dragoons and a Zealot. He's laying mines, offensive mines, slow anything down, maybe catch some units if they decide to come up this ramp. Oh, he almost got that one, but not quite. And Artosis has at least 3 Vultures out. Vulture speed on the way, it looks like, after mines. And we have some defensive mines as well. Artosis loves to do this, and I just think it's a smart move at the beginning of the game. You never know when you might need them later in the game, or even if Protoss does get that early observer out and starts clearing them, it will slow them down as you get into siege tanks. So we do have our first siege tank on the way. He's got 2 factories going and researching siege mode with 2 add-ons, so that's great. And getting his gas up with that second add-on, he's going to need that. Vulture still just kind of got speed now, and they're kind of poking around the bottom of the map. They're going to sit outside, look for any move out from Protoss, and then maybe try and sneak in and get some probe kills. Nothing too crazy here. He does set a mine here at the potential 3rd and 4th bases for Protoss. Always good to keep an eye on that. And another Vulture sneaking around the map. As he's got turrets going up. Some defensive turrets, 2 tanks out. Good visibility for Artosis this game. I like this. Messiah a little bit slower to get those. Here comes the first observer, but it seems like he's a little bit slower at 7 minutes to get the observer out and clear these mines and get out on the map. So that could be because we saw the 2 gates right away with the quick expand, with the quick nexus first. We do get into the Citadel of Adun, and the Templar Archive is on the way. So he's going right to High Templars, it looks like. Okay, tries to get some Vultures in here, but just runs right into a pile of Dragoons and loses a few and gets a few out. But gets a bit of a scout there. He's going to see army size as the observers float across the map. Back at home, Artosis has 4 tanks sieged up. We're going to put another turret up. He doesn't have an academy yet, so no scan. If this is DTs, they're going to be pretty late. I don't think it will be at this stage, as he goes up to 5 gateways. Where is he hiding? The Templar Archive is here. Okay, so we are making Zealots and some High Templars. So no DTs. Never bad to mix in 1 or 2 and send them out on the map, but High Templars for now. He's going to get those storms queued up and looking to maximize splash damage there. So our comm stats are on the way. He's got 2 up now. We're probably going to get a scan in here, try to get an idea what's going on as Messiah takes his 3rd base in the mineral-only patch, which is a great 3rd base on this map for Protoss when they're playing Terran. They don't really need that 3rd gas quickly. Gas is never an issue in this matchup for either side, really. 3 more factories coming for Artosis, so that's going to put him up to, where are we here? 6 factories. Looks like an early science facility as well, which I love that. And what's he going to do with this? I imagine he's just going to make some science, make an add-on and make some science vessels. See if we can see some EMP hits on those High Templars, maybe. Or just use it for defensive matrix on the tanks, which is always a really nice add for Terran. Okay, so we're just kind of into another macro game, which is nice to see here. As Artosis moves out, looking to take this 3rd mineral base as well. Tanks on the high ground, turrets going up. Everything looking normal. We do have another observer here. It took some damage that we missed from probably from a missile turret, but you know, again, let's see what Messiah sees. You can see he's only got the 1 observer out and another one here in the middle of the map, but he should probably position that somewhere else. And the last game we definitely saw a lot of good visibility with observers. I would like to see Artosis you know, focus in on those observers a little bit more. I think that that can go a long ways in just keeping the element of surprise and your mobility around the map a little bit more disguised against these Protoss players. I don't see any Goliaths yet, so he doesn't have any out, and it doesn't appear as though he's making any. He's got +1 attack, and he's got +2 on the way, as well as plating, which is the armor for the Terran vehicles. And we don't see any upgrades yet from Protoss, which that's going to play a role. As Terran upgrades scale, their units just get stronger and stronger. And Protoss doesn't quite scale the same way, but it's important to try and keep up on that when you get into those bigger battles, especially in a more macro-intensive game, which is what we're heading into here, as Protoss moves out on the map a little bit. Messiah moving his units and his Dragoons up into the middle of the map and try to take some map control, but you know, this is not something you want to push into as a Protoss player that is pretty much all gateway man right now. I do love the gateways though. He's got 4, 7, 10 gateways up here as we have our first shuttle out. And do we have a robotic space somewhere? I don't see it. Did I miss it? Am I missing it somewhere? I don't see it. Still no upgrade on the way for Protoss, which is, you know, I think late now for sure. Like he's gonna fall behind in upgrades, and 2-1 is on the way for Artosis, which I love to see. Looks like we're gonna get a little bit of movement from the Protoss army. Again, this is really well defended by Artosis. Maybe slightly weaker on this side, but he'll be able to unsiege and move down here, keep the high ground, and crush anything that comes through here. So deceptively, it's a deception in that it's more heavily enforced than it currently looks, I think. And it looks like Messiah is getting ready to move here. I don't love this attack, I'm going to be honest. He's going to move in, and I think he's going to get killed here. There's just way too many attacks. Way too many tanks, and he moves the observers in. He does see that, but I don't think, you know, he storms the vultures. Good storm there, good size storm there, but these are going to go splat. You're going to see there. He's got to get the zealots out on top of these tanks, or this is going to go really poorly for him. Decent size storms coming out, and actually doing better than I thought he might. Artosis still has a number of tanks here, still 6 left, and he might. Wow, I'm surprised. I didn't think he was going to quite do that well, but he is going to trade basically his entire army and get almost all of the siege tanks, if not all of them. He might have 1 left, so not a bad trade, but we are 3 base against 3 base, and so that always does in this matchup favor Terran. And oh, I'm sorry, we did get a 4th. Well, it's just started, so it wasn't up when I said that, but it just started. Attack and expand is a good move, so I do like that as he rebuilds his army, but he did lose his entire army there. I think Artosis will take that. You know, he didn't have to stop mining at any point. He didn't lose his command center. He defended the high ground. He was way down in supply, and now they're almost even. So that's overall, I would say the advantage is slightly with Artosis at this stage, especially now with the upgrades as 2-2 finish and 3-2 begin. So we're going to start to see that make a huge difference as Messiah still, I don't know why he isn't upgrading his units. This is a mistake, I believe, in this game, and it could be the difference. So he's got a cannon up, and his 4th is almost finished. We'll see if Artosis decides to expand. He's got mines up. He's got good visibility this game. He's really watching the map. He knows about this base now with the vultures. And is he going to set up a 4th base, or is he just going to macro up and push? I think I'd like to see both. We've got tons of minerals on both sides, so you might as well start a command center, I think, if you're Artosis. And I'd like to see another expand from Messiah as well, because he's going to need it if he's going to get into a big long game here against... You can't be 4 base against 4 base, but I don't see Artosis taking his 4th yet, which I would like to see anytime now. Yeah, and so we have this army protecting this 4th base, and we have some more units at the rally point. Kind of maneuvering around the map a little bit. And Artosis has great mines here. This is going to slow anything down, even with observers out. And he's just kind of reset his defense to protect all three bases here really nicely. It worked really well the first time, and we are, you can see, in a really good supply situation for Terran. He's got a, you know, he's getting those siege tank counts up. He's got 7 sieged and 4 unsieged, so he's got a full group almost of siege tanks, and he looks like he's got close to 2 groups of vultures, which is all you want as Terran, about 2 groups of vultures and a group and a half of siege tanks. The rest in Goliaths and science vessels, and you are a tough beast to deal with. So Observer going to see Artosis moving out a little bit. He's got the missile turrets up. Got a big army here with 4 High Templars and a shuttle, so that's going to be critical to this engage, especially as his units are still on 0 upgrades, and Artosis is on 2-1 with 3-2 going to finish in a minute. He may be waiting for that to move out, but Protoss is going to force this engage early. Artosis is going to take this. He's got a nice wall of tanks behind a huge group of vultures, and these storms are going to be critical. He's got to get quality size storms, and Artosis has spaced his tanks nicely. He's got lots of reinforcements back here. The vultures doing their thing, the mines slowing down this Protoss army. We get a high ground, Artosis engaging from the high ground, and I think he's just going to smash this army. This is just really well played by Artosis here. And those upgrades coming through, I think that he would be wise to save this group and back up. You don't want to go up that hill, trust me. Reinforcements coming from Messiah, but here we are now, Artosis taking the supply advantage by about 20 supply. Now, they're more close to even. As you can see, the SCV count is quite a bit higher than the probe count, which I don't really fully understand on Messiah's front. These Dragoons pushing up this ramp, and that's just a mistake. There's nothing to be had up there for him. He's just going to lose everything. So now I think Artosis is good to push. You're going to see him on siege here, and he knows he took down almost all of that army, and he's going to walk across the map, and he should be able to get some damage done. More units at home for Messiah. He's just making sure Artosis doesn't have a 4th base, which he doesn't. So oh, here's a command center. So he did make a command center. He just needs to float it. So he's going to float it down here and take it here. He just hasn't done that yet. I think with this, he needs to push out and take this base. So he's going to come, lay some mines in the center of the map, and try to control this entire area. And when Terran does that, and if he gets sieged up, and with the army supply advantage he has, I think it's going to be tough for Messiah to break. But also, he has rebuilt his army fairly quickly. Terran's still dominating the supply, though. You know, you see about a 15 worker difference. So if you add that, they're pretty much even in army supply. But that will bode well for Terran, especially with the difference in upgrades. We're now at 3-2 for Artosis, and he has 3-3 on the way. He has Goliath range upgrade coming as well, and this Terran army right now, if he can get it together and run head on into this army, he is going, with those upgrades, he's going to crush it. So we'll see what Artosis decides to do. He just decides to take the 4th and sit in the center of the map, which, okay, I'm okay with that. He's got great map presence, mines everywhere. He's really contained. He knows he's contained Messiah into 4 bases, and it will take 4 base against 4 base any day if you're Terran. He's still running off of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 factories, which is fine. With 4 bases, though, you know, these ones are basically mined out. He just mines out his main, and his natural is going to be mined out as well. So we're essentially going to be 2 base against 2 base really quickly here. This one, see, you can see the difference in worker count on how his natural, Messiah's natural, hasn't mined out yet. So he's on 3 base against 2 base essentially mining, but this one won't, the natural won't last much longer. I think we're going to get an engage here, though, as the vultures sneak in, try to lure them into the siege tank fire. He's going to get a couple shots off. Yeah, he's going to get some zealots as they run up. Messiah moving his army to the left, trying to flank in on the high ground. A couple size storms, not the greatest. Scan goes down, and here comes the engage. I think the Protoss army is going to get crushed here, even though it's on the high ground. The spread from Artosis is looking really good. He's got reinforcements up here. We'll see how Messiah does here. He's got to get his whole army up. Yeah, it's just he's got this whole group back here lagging behind, and he's going to lose this front army, and he's only going to have about 5 or 6, 8 dragoons left. It looks like. He will clear this if he could get a storm down. He doesn't have the energy, but that would be a great storm in the SCVs. But he doesn't have the energy for it, so the SCVs clear the High Templar, and that last dragoon goes splat. So where are we at now? Terran is now up 50 supply, so this is a great position for Artosis. I really think he should get his forces together and just move towards the natural. Clear out this third base and probably be able to push and win the game. But, you know, Messiah rebuilding that army slowly, I don't know if he realizes how much is in here for Artosis, but he just doesn't have enough, right? Like, he's going to get, he's going to lose these, and you don't want to lose those for free. At this stage, you need your dragoons, you need the speed zealots in front of them, and you need those dragoons. Dragoons alone are just going to get smashed by the tanks. So here we go. He's going to run through the mines again, try to get on top of these tanks, but he just doesn't have enough. And again, a little bit uncoordinated there with the zealots moving in without the dragoons before them, and they get smashed and do almost no damage. So I really like Artosis' position here right now. He's got great map control. I think if he's going to not push here, he should just expand again, take a 5th, as Messiah actually takes the 5th, but Artosis knows this is here, and he finds this, and it's not going to live. He doesn't have enough units even to just clear these vultures, and they're out of position anyways, so he's probably going to get this Nexus, force a cancel. And he does force that cancel. He doesn't even try to save it. We have SCVs going up here into his 5th base, which is great to see. He did take a 5th. I missed that. We have another mine here, and Artosis has great map awareness right now, which is awesome to see in this game. He knows there's no base here. He knows there's no base here. We just need to coordinate his army, and probably it's time to push. Again, up over 50 supply right now. Doing a reasonable job, though, spending his minerals and macroing up this game. He's at 3-3 upgrades versus 2-0-0. So even without the army surplus, if they were even supply now, this still heavily favors Terran, and we're going to see Messiah make another move out here to clear some mines, try to regain some form of map control, but he's going to run into a huge army over here, and Artosis has sent a group of vultures to clear this base at 9 o'clock as he sees that Messiah tries to engage the rest of the army, but it's not going to go well. Artosis just has too many tanks, and I don't think there's enough zealots here or Psystorm to make the difference. And with these upgrades, we're going to see his army essentially evaporate, and he's going to flank him from the behind here. And there's the good game. So yeah, really another good macro game here from Artosis. I like the way he played this. Yeah, really no complaints at all, as he has snuck up into the low S rank with this account, beating up on the A rank players. So good job, good game, guys. Hope you're enjoying your winter break. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again.